Hey Bulldogs, Hallback here with Poortman. We're out on the Pacific Electric Trail again. We rode our bikes, social distancing, got our masks on today. I've got a avid throwback shirt for you, Miss Elias. We are at the trailhead for the Pacific Electric Trail on Foothill Boulevard. You look, there's Foothill Boulevard. And if you look over there, that black wall is actually remnants of the old Pacific Electric Railroad bridge. They moved here. And if you look over there, paying tribute to our agricultural past, are grapevines. This whole area was all grapes. And currently, Mr. Poortman and I are standing on old Route 66. This was the original road that went all the way from Illinois to the beach in Santa Monica. And
you can hardly fit one SUV on this now.
yeah, I know, cars were smaller. But this is the old road. This road, Route 66, going through here is not by chance. This has always been a way to get to Los Angeles and the ocean. The ancient Indians called it the Mojave Trail. They would follow this and trade. When the Spanish explorers came, they came this way. And Juan Bautista de Anza called this area Arroyo de los Osos, which translates into English as Bear Gulch. Central School District has an elementary school named Bear Gulch. This is the reason. There's a high school, Los Osos, kind of named after this. I think it's kind of funny. It's the Bears and they're the Grizzlies. The Bears, I don't know. Anyway, we digress. But today we're going further on the trail and we're going to show you a spot that has been operating in different guises as a restaurant, a roadhouse, a hotel since 1848. How's that? All right, Bulldogs, our second stop today is this little statue right off of Foothill Boulevard. You probably never noticed it before. There's Mr. Poortman. This is put up in honor of a Father Font who camped here in 1779. It's called Bear Gulch. As we said, the Spanish called it Arroyo de los Osos. He camped here in 1779. 1779, the east coast of the North American continent was in the struggle of the Revolutionary War, where we were fighting to get our freedom and create the United States of America. We had Spanish missionaries coming through this area. And one of the main stops we're here today to check out on Foothill Boulevard, which you guys have walked or driven past many times, is this, the Sycamore Inn. If you look, it says famous for hospitality since 1848. There's the Sycamore Inn. We're gonna get up close and personal with it and give you some history about it. It's really fascinating. All right, we are out front right now of the Sycamore Inn. You can see historic California Route 66, Cucamonga. Before it was Rancho Cucamonga, they called it Cucamonga. There were 3 towns: Cucamonga, Alta Loma, and Etiwanda. Those girls who play softball for ACE, that's the ACE part stands for Alta Loma, Cucamonga, Etiwanda. It's been around before Rancho Cucamonga became a town.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So here we are at the Sycamore Inn. This building is not the original from 1848. It burnt down in the 19-teens. This one was built in 1923 by the Klusman brothers. Some of you may know about Klusman. It's a street. They were pretty influential in early Cucamonga history. They started the Cucamonga Water District, where we get our water piped into our houses and everything. But let's go back to the Sycamore Inn. Founded in 1848 by a man called Billy or William Rue-Bottom. Everybody called him Uncle Billy for short. He was friends with John Raines and Doña Merced. And this was part of their rancho, and he built this place here as a restaurant, overnight stay for people traveling on, you know, around California through this area. And Uncle Billy was a Southerner. He was from Missouri originally, in Arkansas, and came out here. And he is famous for a lot of things. One is Sycamore Inn. Two is, one of the things he really liked to eat from his home state of Missouri and Arkansas was possum tail soup. Oops, sorry about that, guys, dropped the phone. Possum tail soup. Well, here in Southern California, there were no possums. So William Rubottom, Uncle Billy, had some possums shipped out in cages over the Santa Fe Trail and all the way out here, and he kept them in back of Sycamore Inn so he can make his possum tail soup. Well, those possums got out and they multiplied and multiplied, and now you see possums all over Southern California.
I have a question, Mr. Hallback.
Yes.
You mean to tell me those creepy things were indigenous to the area? He is responsible for bringing them here, and now they're everywhere?
Yes, exactly. What I'm saying is there were no possums in Southern California before the guy who owned the Sycamore Inn brought them to Southern California. They got out with no natural predators and no one to compete for whatever they ate for. In 150 something years, they've grown, multiplied, and it's kind of cool when you think about it.
It's absolutely insane.
So when you drive by here, you can blame Sycamore Inn for the possums. Now, the Klusmans built this. They were from Germany, and it was supposed to be like a German tavern, you know, like a communal place, everybody get together. The upstairs actually had motel rooms to stay in. And it's been told that Clark Gable, famous movie star a long time ago, would stop here. Marilyn Monroe has eaten here. And some of you know the Black Dahlia. She had one of her last meals here. But what's really cool is we're going to show you a spot during the 1930s in America. They outlawed alcohol. And it was rumored that the basement of the Sycamore Inn was a speakeasy. So one of these doors, maybe down here in the back, you would come and have to knock and know somebody to get let into the basement, and you could get your drink there. But this is Sycamore Inn. This is Uncle Billy. And one of the things that Sycamore Inn and Uncle Billy are famous for is John Raines, who owned the Raines house and all of Rancho Cucamonga, was found mysteriously killed somewhere between Rancho Cucamonga and San Dimas. He was found in the bushes, tied up by a rope and shot a few times. And a bunch of John Raines' friends thought Doña Merced might have had something to do with it. So they were going to come and do some vigilante justice and take Doña Merced down. Well, Uncle Billy, being Doña Merced's friend, heard about it and was giving the guys, you know, a lot of dinner and drinks and got them festive and everything, and they weren't paying attention. Uncle Billy came in with his shotgun, took the guys' arms, you know, their guns and stuff, and sent them packing and saved Doña Merced's life in the meantime. And then Doña Merced goes on to remarry someone, have 5 more kids. She had 9 total. And in 1879, she had to sell the ranch for back taxes. So a guy named Hellman, you know, the street Hellman, came and bought Rancho Cucamonga, all of it, for $49,000. There's a good shot of the Route 66 bridge. Doña Merced went to live with one of her daughters in Los Angeles. Her daughter was married to a lawyer for the railroads, and he ended up later becoming the governor of California. So Doña Merced got around from Rancho Cucamonga to LA, all the way up to Sacramento with her son-in-law as a governor of California.
Meanwhile, possums are running crazy all over the state.
Right, and in your trash.
I can't let that fact go.
I know, that's pretty cool.
That fact.
So, all right, that's Sycamore Inn. One day you'll have to come by with your parents and maybe have a dinner. It's pretty fancy, but it's pretty good eats too. Sycamore Inn, Foothill Boulevard, Bear Gulch, Arroyo de los Osos. All right, that's all for now, Bulldogs. Maybe we'll add some more. Miss Bright wants to go to the Maloof house, which we'll talk about later. And
I don't think Mrs. Bright knows how to ride a bike. I remain skeptical until I'm proven correct.
she may have to jog up there.
Maybe.
All right, over and out.
See you guys.